The zoom. The DSLRs are simply not very suitable for on-shot zooming. A short zoom movement on a stabilized camera can be achieved with some practice, but if your production requires several spontaneous zoom movements on a handheld camera, then using a camcorder is a better option. This camera is simply not suitable for these shots. The audio. The lack of a good audio input is also a major limitation of DSLRs. Some DSLRs have a single mic input through a tinny jack. Most of the cheap DSLRs won't have even that. Filmmakers have started using the old technique of double system shooting to overcome this problem. One can use a separate audio mixer cum recorder to eliminate this limitation of the DSLRs. The mixer can be used in two ways. One is to use as a separate device for audio recording. The video and audio can be recorded on separate devices and then corresponding clips can be synchronized at the time of editing. This system requires the use of a clapperboard or similar device for synchronizing. The process works wonderfully well for field productions where short duration takes are recorded after elaborate preparation for each shot. It is most suitable for a fiction production. However, it may not work so well for a documentary shoot or any such production where camera person needs to respond spontaneously to different changing actions. In such situations, one can use the audio device as a field mixer, which helps to connect high quality microphones. This mixed output of mixer can be fed into the audio input of the camera, thus eliminating the need for a later stage of sound synchronizing. This is most suitable for documentary shoots where long duration takes are recorded and where there is not much time for pre-shot preparations. The digital recording cum mixing devices are available in various sizes and with various features. There are portable digital recorders which can mix up to 8 inputs. Some are designed in such a manner that they can be attached directly to the camera body, thus maintaining a compact recording unit for both video and audio. Small crews shooting documentary footage would find this arrangement very suitable, but an unmounted audio recorder is preferred by those where a large crew is working. It helps to give separate workspace to video and audio crews. The shot duration. The duration of the shots has been limited by the file formats. One needs to record long duration takes in interviews and even recordings. Here it is best to have multiple cameras and cards. When one camera stops recording due to restricted file size, one gets a continuous stretch on the other camera. But one has to make sure that both the cameras do not reach their maximum file size limit at the same time. The Moir effect happens because the DSLR sensors are meant to record large size images. When it downgrades the large size image into relatively small size video frames, some of these problems occur. This can be overcome by avoiding shooting repetitive patterns like brick walls or densely patterned fabrics. Similarly, avoiding quick panning movements can help to avoid jello effects. Besides the above issue, there are certain other suggestions which can help to get suitable results and high quality video footage from the DSLRs. There are certain accessories that must be there in your DSLR kit. Additional batteries and high speed memory cards are one of those. The batteries run out fast on video mode and one has to be ready with additional power. Similarly, high speed memory cards are essential to handle the large stream of data that is generated when camera records several frames each second along with a lot of other information. The cards also run out fast and additional cards should be handy. Monitor. The small LCD viewfinders on DSLRs may not be suitable for deciding precisely on video frames. If the shooting conditions permit, it is always advisable to have an additional high quality monitor on the shooting location. The cinematographer and director can check the color and composition precisely in this separate monitor. It is not advisable to use very fast shutter on video. Experts suggest that a shutter speed which is roughly double of your frame rate is most suitable. So, if you are recording on 30 frames per second, then shutter should be 1/60. ND filters. Often the choice of shutter and aperture is dictated by light conditions, but a good cinematographer has to look beyond this. One might open the aperture to its maximum to get a shallow depth of field. If there is plenty of light in this condition, then one would be forced to use a high shutter speed to control the light reaching the sensor. In these situations, the ND filters come handy. They help to cut the light entering the lens without affecting the depth of field. So, one can use a large aperture and the recommended shutter speed. The excess light can be tackled with the help of ND filters. Conclusion: the DSLR cameras give a high quality video from a large size sensor. Its comparatively lower price point makes it an even more viable option. These cameras are more suitable when one has to record high quality videos of short duration. These might be put together later on an editing table. For these kind of productions, DSLRs are extremely suitable. The minor limitations associated with these cameras can be eliminated by using suitable accessories and careful handling. But these cameras may not be suitable when one has to record long takes of a continuous action. In such situation, one should avoid using these cameras and go for the conventional camcorders which are designed for such applications. That's all for this module. Enjoy as you shoot and make some good videos with those DSLRs. Thank you.